You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans, we got to talk about what it is that Cyrus Renault demanded in exchange for him to do what Nina Reeves asked. It seems the charges against Sonny Corinthos may soon be dropped, but at what price? What exactly does Nina sacrifice to make this happen? Hey, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'm excited to discuss the possibilities with you. And if you haven't clicked subscribe already, please do that. That helps our channel so much. All right, so on the Monday episode, January 15th, we have Nina Reeves intent on saving Sonny Corinthos from a serious stint behind bars. Sonny doesn't seem too worried, but Kristina Corinthos sure was, and Diane Miller's not entirely sure about winning this case because the attack on Cyrus was unprovoked. It happened in a church. You know, she's talking big to DA Scorpio, but he's no fan of Sonny's, and he's very happy to prosecute this case. So when Nina got to Cyrus's hospital room, she was all fired up. He started his usual Bible verse quoting sanctimonious garbage, and Nina stopped him and just let him have it with both barrels when he said he was trying to help her live an authentic life. The word salad that comes out of that man. But Nina hit back. She said, "You lied about being a priest. You listened to my confession. You ruined my marriage. You destroyed my relationship with my daughter. What did you expect? A thank you note?" I mean, it was pretty funny. And then Nina flipped the script on him and reminded him about all the verses in the Bible about forgiveness. And then she urged him to follow his own, religious path he's been on and drop the charges against Sonny for the assault. And he asked why he would drop those charges. And Nina said she could give him something he wants more than payback on Sonny. Literally, Nina offered him anything he wants. And it looks like she got her bargain. So what exactly did Nina agree to give that awful man? I mean, I cannot imagine that Cyrus would have sold out cheap. He seems like a gluttonous sort of villain who might ask for something over the moon. But then again, Nina's determined to prove she's not the nightmare that everyone thinks she is. So I could totally see Nina going to extremes. The bargain they were cutting at one point sounded financial, so maybe that's it. But that also feels kind of impersonal for someone as touchy-feely creepy as Cyrus. So here are 5 options I think we need to consider. Number 1, a new place to live. So I don't know where Cyrus has been living since he got out of Pentonville. He supposedly donated his money all away. I doubt that, but I still think he's probably living somewhere low rent while he's on parole after he got out of prison early. So maybe Cyrus asked for something pretty easy, like a permanent suite at the Metrocourt, I mean, that would be the easiest wish for Nina to grant. She can set him up there for free, and if Olivia complains, she can foot the bill herself. After all, Nina's got all that inherited money. Number 2, a donation to the church. Another thing that would be easy would be for Cyrus to ask for a donation to the church of his choosing or directly to the First National Church of Cyrus. He did talk to her about tithing of some sort during the conversation. You probably know, but tithing is a payment made to the church, usually around 10% of your income. So Cyrus may demand a percentage of Nina's assets or her income equal to what it says in the Bible. If you don't know your Old Testament that well, I'm going to help you out. In Leviticus 27:30, it says, "A tenth of the produce of the land, whether grain or fruit, is the Lord's and is holy." That's where the tithing of 10% of your income tradition comes from. That's common in many churches. So the third thing he might ask for is some alone time with her. I mean, a more disturbing notion that Cyrus may have offered Nina was to just spend some time with him. I mean, the last time we saw Cyrus spending time with a woman who wasn't his sister, Laura, was back when he had that weird twisted crush thing on Sasha Gilmore. You remember that? It was I don't know, 2-3 years ago. Remember that? It was when he was providing her drugs that ultimately wound up giving her the coronary. If Cyrus asked for a date with Sasha, I don't think Nina would agree. But if he did, Nina might ask, okay, look, just go out with me instead. I mean, no doubt the idea of spending more time alone with Cyrus is icky and would make her skin crawl. But I can also see Cyrus making some sort of personal demand, knowing it would bother both Sonny and Nina. I think he intentionally likes to creep people out. The fourth thing he might ask for is the end of her marriage. You know, Cyrus likes to quote the Bible, say he's a man of God, so maybe having a date with a married woman wouldn't appeal. Of course, we all know he's not changed and he's only paying lip service to being a good Christian. Still, he might say that he wants Nina to walk away from her marriage if she wants to save Sonny. He can even say that dumping Sonny is the right thing to do because she betrayed him by calling the SEC on Carly. And while I don't think Nina is anywhere near done with Sonny, she still loves him, she might agree to it just to buy some time to figure out another way to deal with Cyrus and his threat. She'd probably do it to stop Cyrus prosecuting Sonny and then think, okay, I can sort it out later. You know, she often agrees to things or she does things without thinking them through, just in the heat of the moment, and then has to deal with consequences later. This could be a case of that once again. It would be typical Nina-esque behavior. And the fifth and final option is a future favor TBD, to be determined. Another option Cyrus might ask for is any favor of his asking in the future, a blank check he can cash when he wants to. I could see Nina agreeing to that and hoping that whenever he decides to cash that blank check, it's something she can do without ruining her life or someone else's. I mean, a promise to let Sonny go now in exchange for a vague future favor is probably a deal that Nina could live with. And again, you know, she might think she can get what she wants from Cyrus right now and deal with the fallout later. That's kind of Nina's stock in trade, flying by the seat of her pants into the unknown, making bad decisions on the fly. We might find out later this week exactly what Cyrus demanded from Nina, maybe, a flashback or something. I don't know. The two of them talked on Monday, and then Dex went in to kill Cyrus with the toxin intended for his IV. One scary little side note, if Cyrus does wind up dead, Nina could be a suspect because she was the last person seen going into his room, because I'm assuming Dex snuck in there very carefully. Wednesday, January 17th, spoilers for General Hospital say Nina reveals something stunning, but I do not think it is the fact that she cut a deal with the devil to get Sonny out of his charges. Instead, it's Nina telling Carly that her son Michael sat on the SEC secret for months behind her back. So some other GH spoilers for the week after that say that Sonny's deeper in trouble. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, ideally, Nina cut this deal and the charges go away. But that spoiler about Sonny being in deeper trouble is troubling itself. So I wonder if Cyrus and Nina make this deal, but then Dex shows up to kill him. Cyrus recognizes him as Sonny's pet flunky and decides Sonny doesn't deserve to be let off the hook. It could go that way. That means the deal Nina made could be cast aside because of this murderous move. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes and whether Nina succeeds or not. But if she does, I just have to wonder, what's the cost? What does Cyrus demand to drop those charges? I mean, I think he wanted this to happen to Sonny. I think he wants Sonny behind bars like he just was. And he lied when he said he has nothing against him while he was talking to Nina. And, when Sonny was beating Cyrus, demanding he fight back, I think the guy saw how this could all work out in his favor and let the beating happen. Let me know what you think Cyrus asked from Nina and whether her move worked. Drop your comments. Please click subscribe if you haven't, and definitely come back soon. We're here talking GH 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.